It's a 2002 GMC Savannah 2500. I bought it used from the original owner. He had put the high top on and had bought it with a heavy-duty towing package so that he could haul his Airstream back and forth to Florida. When I bought it, it had 100,000 kilometers, 62,000 miles, and still had 2 of the original tires on it. Needless to say, I was a little gun-shy about driving on them. So the first thing it got was the new set of wheels.
Great. And then it was an empty shell when you got it, or you still had to gut it?
I had to gut the stuff that was inside and have a body shop plug a whole bunch of holes in the fiberglass roof. And fortunately for me, all of the body work that needed to be done was below the bottom character line, so it just got stone guarded. So we didn't have to paint the whole thing.
Good. So you ended up not having to put a whole lot into it beyond the original purchase price.
Nope.
And you said that was $3,500?
$3,500.
That's amazing for this beautiful van with those low miles.
And with the high top on.
And you don't mind if we say you're Canadian, and so in Canada, vans are much more expensive, so that's an especially good deal.
Yes, they're more expensive, and ones that haven't been beat to death are also really hard to find.
Yeah.
The same as they are down here.
Yeah, that's true kind of everywhere.
Because in the last 2 decades, most vans have been used commercially.
Right, right. Okay, well, let's go take a quick look and run through here. We've got a basic introduction to the van. Like most of you, she's done, I think, standard things mostly. First, we'll take a look inside the front door. This is that a swivel seat, or?
It's a swivel base.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have it originally. I had that put in. The body shop modified the base to fit my van. The original bolt holes are still there, hiding underneath the section of my jack.
So you just took it to a body shop and said, I want a swivel base, and they manufactured what you needed?
I found an old junkyard that had the swivel base, but it was set up with the shoulder harness still attached to the base, which mine, of course, is on the wall. So that had to be cut off, and the mounting bolts didn't match, so new holes drilled. And of course, it was all rusty, so it got a paint job.
So just a junkyard, and you found what you needed and then made it work.
Yep.
And nearly all of us can do that.
I have a really good body guy.
That always helps, having a guy. And boy, this just, having the van, a seat that swivels, just opens up so much comfort to your van.
Oh, it's used as my living room, my dining room, and my office.
Amazing. Yeah, that's great. All right, now let's take a look inside. Shut one door. When one door shuts, another one opens. And this, you gutted this basically, and so you have built in all that we're seeing here.
Yep, all the cabinet work. I did it with a jigsaw and a drill, and that was it.
So you didn't need a whole handful of tools, a whole garage full of tools. You just did what you had with you.
No, I keep telling the guys that they don't need a whole lot of toys.
Yeah, well, we love our toys.
I know.
Ladies, some ladies like their, and you can see the high top gives you an amazing amount of room inside. Some ladies like shoes and clothes. Guys like toys, hard toys.
Most high tops have just the driver's compartment original roof left in. I was very fortunate that both ends were left in, which provided me with mega amounts of above storage. There's 6 feet of open high top there, but that back storage unit is the width of the van by 24 inches high by 30 inches deep. You have no idea how much I can stash.
Oh my, yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, storage is always at a premium in a van.
And of course, there's no roof vent in there yet, but the square is in place. 4 screws come out, and that center panel drops down, and it's all done exact specifications for dropping a roof vent in.
Oh, right. Okay. I'll get in. We will get in. And I am able to easily, now I'm not all that tall, I'm 5'8", but I'm easily able to stand upright. Let me see if I can turn this around. Oops, I'm going to turn this so I don't want to catch you.
Yep.
You might want to duck behind me. So I'm going to turn this. And here I am. I'm 5'8", and oh man, there's 8 inches?
6 inches.
At least 6. I can't really see it. I'm holding the camera in an awkward way. But that's a lot of room. That's a whole lot of room. And the windows are amazing too. So I'm standing here. Here I am. And I can stand and look out this window. And I can also stand now and, oops. Here I am. And there's the window.
I actually have to stand on step stools to look out the window because I'm short.
Right. Which is an advantage sometimes. So that's great. I really love the windows, and that's very unusual in a high top, I think.
One of them leaked. I had to take it in. I took it into an RV dealer and had it removed and reinserted because it's definitely a 2-person job, and I wanted it done right.
And so let's back up, and we can go over to the kitchen. This is your, you built in this. I can open up and poke inside your drawers?
Yeah, you can poke inside. Nothing will pop out at you.
I gotta go, let me get back a bit. Oh, I'll go over here. This was a better idea, sorry. It's a little awkward with 2 of us here. Nice arrangement.
I put in slide-out drawers because shelves, the things you need most often, are always to be found at the back. And the only way to get at them is to pull everything out in front. So that's all food pantry.
And I'll just reach in and pull one out.
Here, take the top one. I have to do a bit of modification to one wall because
there's always a few things that you got to change once you get
didn't
going.
happen until I started loading the shelves.
Right. Then the weight revealed
that wall is bowed.
A slight bow because you should have used 3/4 instead of
Should have
half.
used at least 3/4 plywood.
Right.
I was trying to save weight.
And here I can open your drawers.
You can open that one.
Can I sit on this?
No, not right now. Yeah, sit on the bed.
And
that one opens fine.
That one's opens. Nice drawer, nice, just like your kitchen at home, folks.
Yep.
This is just how you would have your kitchen at home. And you're going to put in
a sink over that one.
So over
this
here.
Is a false front.
That's a false. This one's a false front. And then you can get your water below.
Yeah, that's saved for water. And whatever else I can fit in there after the fresh and gray water jugs go in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to put a manual pump in because it saves on water even over an electric pump. It also means that I need less electricity.
And this will continue to be a fridge down here?
That's meant for the 12-volt compressor fridge. The tray is upside down right now because I have to build a gate to keep it from sliding outwards. It comes out and rolls down to meet you if you don't have a gate on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I flip the tray upside down right now so that it can't roll around on me. Once the compressor fridge goes in there, then it has to be right side up. I also had the countertop custom painted for me. A girlfriend did it.
It's a beauty.
Yeah, well, I wanted a nice countertop, and I couldn't find a partial sheet of laminate. And so then it was like, okay, what are we going to do next? So she came down and did a couple of days worth of faux marbling on it for me.
And you can reach up just your hand and open that door, the top closet.
Yeah, can you halt that for a sec?
Well, I just up.
Okay, because I got to lift that out of the way. I have to put the RV lift things on there so that I don't have to hold it up with my head or my hand.
Right. But there's a huge amount of storage space above there as well.
Yes, I used a couple of the kitchen wire shelf raisers to be able to double up on layers in there. But yeah, everything that you need is up there. And then
down here you have in this box, what is in here?
That's the bathroom.
Oh, now this is something let's see. We especially want to spend some time on. You have a C-head.
Yes.
Would you say semi-composting toilet?
They're considered a separating toilet as opposed to a composting toilet. They do that because obviously it takes longer than you're going to leave solids in there to compost, so you let them sit until it's full and then remove them. Yeah, you can go ahead and lift that lid.
Well, why don't you give us a quick rundown on how it works?
Okay, what it does is it's a separating toilet. There's 2 compartments in there. The front one is for urine collection, the back one is for solids. And yeah, don't peer too closely in there, Bob, it's used.
It's well used, okay.
But once that lid's back in place, if you want to lift the entire white section up, yep, just
this too?
Lift that section up. There, you can see the liquid collection. It goes into a 1 gallon standard milk or water container.
Oh, I see.
It can be removed and stored if necessary. They were originally designed for marine use and meet all marine specifications. And consequently, you can go out for 100 days and have 15 bottles left to dispose of when you're done, if you're so inclined to bring it back to shore.
Mm-hmm. You have a lever that goes in here and spins to agitate the solids.
Once you need to stir the solids, all you do is drop that in place and rotate 15 to 20 times. And
you're not going to charge me? Huh?
No.
Oh, I won't charge you either. For rotating your solids.
Yeah.
And that's just to help it break down. And
that's to stir up the. I'm using wood shavings right now. I buy the hamster pet bedding at Walmart, and a block of it under $4 fits in a 5 gallon food container once it's broken up, and you just keep sufficient supply in a container like this. Dump some down the toilet after you need to and stir it around, and when it's full you put it in an external storage container until you're ready to dispose of it.
And for most people, homesteaders, for example, would have a human manure pile that they finished composting it with.
Yep.
Now let me add that, folks, you can't smell it at home, but there's absolutely no odor in here whatsoever. I'm standing right here beside it and got my nose right up to it.
No.
And it has no odor at all.
It does come with an accessory of 12 feet of hose if you wanted to put an exhaust vent. I kept it to find out whether or not I was going to need it, and I see absolutely no reason after almost 2 months of using it, 1 month part-time and another month full-time, that I would ever need to externally vent this thing.
Right.
My head lays right there on the bed, right at the
other side of the,
right beside the toilet, and I can't smell anything.
No. And now when I lifted the lid, I could definitely smell it.
Just a little bit, but that's because it needs emptying.
Right.
That wasn't part of my housework list this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be on my list too. But it works. It really works.
And
There's no odor, and it's breaking down.
Takes no chemicals at all.
Yeah. Which is, you couldn't, if you're going to use it for composting manure, you could not add chemicals. That would make it dangerous.
No.
Once human waste is properly composted, it's perfectly safe to use. It grosses most of us out, but it's completely safe.
Science behind it is because the liquid and the solid is separated, there is no odor. Mm-hmm. That the only odor you get in a standard RV black tank or a porta potty is either the chemicals or the combination of the two.
Right.
That the two combining is actually what's smelly.
Okay, why don't we go back around and take a look at the...
oh, you missed the freezer compartment.
Freezer compartment.
It's got another cooler in there right now. Come on in.
Oh, down below?
Yes.
Okay.
This lifts up.
Okay.
And a 12-volt compressor unit will go in that will be set on freezer.
Oh, lift that up again, if you don't mind. And doesn't look apparently... Let me get in there because it's got a... And it's just a large open area. Yeah, okay.
That was sized to fit. There's also 2 more storage compartments under the bed. One over the wheel well at the head that's just strictly wheel well. That's my laundry hamper. Mm-hmm. When it's full, it's time to go to the laundromat. The other one actually starts right in here and goes all the way to the back. Part of it is to the floor, so I use 5-gallon food buckets to store a back stock of food, and my bear vault for back country camping with dehydrated in it, and a bunch of other stuff that's stuffed in there.
Okay.
And
so you're going to have 2 compressors. One is a freezer, one is a fridge.
Mainly because as a single, it's virtually impossible to buy a pork chop, a chicken piece, unless you find a grocery store with a butcher counter. And this will allow me to continue my usual practice of buying in bulk and freezing, and then having my choice of what I want for dinner.
So here, you've cut the bed a little short, like 2 feet. And
Actually,
built in.
just over a foot. And that's because it's a 30-inch wide twin size. So it fits standard sheets. It took a standard twin size mattress. And twin is plenty big enough for me. Fortunately, because I'm short, I can sleep side to side. And I have 8 inches extra between the size of the bed. It's cut down to 68 inches.
Can I pull this out?
You can pull this out and turn it sideways. It takes 2 of us to lift it out. It's full.
But I really like how you've done an extra shelf here. You've got it, because you've got a high top, the bed can be a little higher.
I had to put the bed up high enough to clear the sizing I needed for the freezer. That was what dictated the height of the bed.
Right.
I feel like a princess climbing on it because I'm short. But having it up high enough like that also enabled me to put lots and lots of storage underneath it.
So an extra shelf gives you a shelf and stacking storage on the ground.
Yep. That's a sewing machine you're looking at in there.
A sewing machine. This must be the tube for
That's
the
hose,
C-head.
the C-head that I have to figure out what I want to do with.
And then, like most of us should have, we've got standard supplies like extra antifreeze.
Antifreeze, generator. That's my storage unit for my sports equipment. I needed some place to put kayak paddle and PFD and stuff like that. So it all goes in there. Put a couple of hooks in there to hold my hiking sticks that aren't in there right now.
Being a very active person, you have, so you'll have your kayak, you have backpacks, you have just all kinds of outdoor gear.
Backpacks up top along with all my backpacking gear. And alcohol stoves in the kitchen area. If I needed a third burner, I can always haul it out. And yeah, so that.
Well, folks, thanks for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed this tour. Got some good ideas for yourselves and your van. And be sure to like this video on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. And we'll talk to you next time.